Hi, I'm Tina Ann Middleton, author of the Forestville series. I would like to welcome you to the writing journey, where we inspire and encourage each other as we learn the craft of writing together. Today we'll talk about what can we do when we can't write. We'll be right back. Now, hopefully this won't happen, but let's face it, life happens. Let's say something happens to you where you can't actually sit down and write. You've injured your hand or your arm, your computer has crashed, and maybe like me, you don't like writing by hand. Wow, what would you do? What can you do? How do you keep your story alive? Before we go into that, let me encourage you. Please subscribe to The Writing Journey. Make sure you ring the bell so you'll be notified when we upload new episodes. Be sure also to follow me on Facebook, Twitter, and my Amazon author page. So let's look at that again. What do we do if we can't write our story? We have the idea, we know what we're going to write. That's not a problem. But hey, maybe I've got some carpal tunnel here and my doctor says stay off of the computer, or maybe my computer crashed and I don't have access to another computer at this time. And I don't like writing by hand. Could have something to do with the arthritis in my hands. So what can I do? What can you do? Well, keep thinking about your story. Don't let it get away. Us as writers, we have pretty vivid imaginations. Use your imagination. Daydream about it. Imagine the scenes. That's actually how I've come up with some of my scenes. But imagine the different scenes in your book to keep it fresh in your mind. For those of you that like to plot things out, plot out some major plot points in your head. Keep it in there. Keep it fresh. Think about it while you're doing your housework or driving down the road. Tell it verbally. Discuss it with the people in your life who support you, your circle of support, your spouse, family, friends. You might even tell it to the complete stranger standing in line ahead of you or behind you at the grocery store. That's up to you. But talk about it. A lot of phones have a recorder function on them. Record it. I don't even know if these things are still around anymore, but there are digital voice recorders. Record it on there. Hold on to it so that when you get your computer fixed, or when you're able to get back on the computer, you can upload it. Talk to yourself. These days you can do that and people just think you're talking on a cell phone. So you don't have to worry that people will think you're crazy. Unless, of course, you're doing like a murder mystery and you're telling this out loud in front of people, then they might call the police on you. So be kind of careful about that one. But talk about it out loud, whether you're doing it to somebody, your spouse, family, friends, whoever, or by yourself, in the car, taking a walk, doing the housework. Wow, you could even, if you're by yourself or you have a willing participant, kind of act it out. And that way when you're able again to be able to write, you've kept it fresh in your mind. Because you don't want to lose that story while you're waiting to be able to sit down and write again. It's not really a fun idea to contemplate, not being able to write, especially for the various reasons that could come up. But like I said, you know what? Life happens, and something could happen that keeps you away from the keyboard or the handwriting. but it doesn't have to keep you from using your imagination. Use your imagination. You might can think of some other ways to hold on to that. If you do, would you comment below? What would be other ways to hold on to that story until you're able to write it up again? Let me know. I'd sure like to hear back from you. But hold on to that story until you can write it. I hope you've enjoyed this episode of The Writing Journey. We upload new episodes every Friday afternoon at 2 o'clock. Now, if you've got a topic that you think would be beneficial, please let me know. Tell me in the comments below. Also, if you know people who are new to writing or they want to be writers, give them the link to this channel. I welcome any and all to come and watch and grow with me as I'm learning how to write. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you'll join me again next week as we continue our writing journey. Have a great week.